Okay guys, this is part 2 of dividing decimals by a whole number, and we're going to get straight into it. Hopefully you use that time between videos to do the rest of these problems. Problems 3, 4, I believe it's 5 and 6, and I'm going to go ahead and show you some answers. Let's get started. So again, to divide a decimal by a whole number, you simply move your decimal to the quotient and divide just like you would whole numbers. So 7 times 9 is 63. I subtract 1. I bring down my 1. So that gives me 1, 7, 4. I bring down my 9, 7. So my answer is 91 and 7/10. That's my quotient. The next one. First thing I want to do is bring up my decimal. And guys, I told you in class, make sure you put your quotient in the right place. I'm dividing 97 into 8, 63. So we're going to try 97 times 8. 8 times 7 is 56. 72, 7, 756. Start at 776. So 776. I put my 8 on top of the 3 because I divided it into 863. So that's 776. I'm going to subtract. That gives me 7. I had to borrow from there 5, borrow from there 7. So that's 15 minus 7 is 87. Now I'm going to bring down the 2. And let's try 97 times 9. 63. 81. 873. So that's a little bit too big, so I'm going to be 8 one more time. So I have 7, 7, 6. I subtract. 12 minus 6 is 6. I had to borrow from that. So that's 16 minus 7, 96. 96 less 97, so I can bring down. And 960, which is going to be 9 times. So that gives us 8, 7, 3. And 7. It's 8. 16 minus 7 is should have been 15 minus 7 because I have to borrow. So it's 15 minus 7 gives me 8. 87. 87 less than 97. Bring down my 3. And that gives me 9. So our answer is 8, 8, and 99 hundredths. All right, the next one. Again, I hope you already did this one. So we're going to bring up our decimal. And I see that 55, there's 155 and 65. So that leaves me 10. I check, I'm less than 55. I bring down my 6. Now I know 55 times 2 is 110. That's too big. So I have to go one more time. 55, 1, 51. Less than 55. So I bring down my 7. Uh, 500. I know 55 times 10 is 550. So I'm thinking this is going to be about 9. 55 times 9, 45, 49, 4, 9, 5. That leaves me 2, 11, 22. So I put my 9 here. Now again, I don't have a remainder, so I'm going to add a 0 and bring that 0 down. So we're going to try 55. It ends in a 0, so I'm going to try 4. 20. So that worked. 11 and 94 hundredths. All right, I'm going to keep on going. So again, to divide a decimal by a whole number, I just bring my decimal straight up to my quotient. 20 times 2 is 40 is too much, so I put my 1 directly over my 9. 20. 19. 19 is less than 20, so I can bring down my 5. So 20 times 10 is 200, so that's too big, so it must be 9. And 20 times 9 is 180. So I put my 9 above the 5 because that's what I'm dividing. 185. Sorry, 180. That leaves me 15. I check. 15 is less than 20. I bring down my 4. Again, 20 times 8 is 160. That's too big, so it must be 7. 140. That leaves me 14. Now, I can't have a remainder, so I'm going to add a 0 here and bring that down. And that gives me 7, which will give me 140. So my answer is 19 77/100. So there you go. Let's stop right there. So we divided a decimal by a whole number. Just bring your decimal up to the quotient and divide like you would a whole number.